like a vocational route where there's a set of standards. So, everyone in this room, there's about 60 of us in this room now, we all learn at different paces, we've all got different starting points, we've all got different abilities and areas for development. What we tend to do as teachers in schools is we use a one-size-fits-all. We're doing this lesson and you're all doing it with me. And yes, we differentiate slightly, but actually there's kids in there who've got it straight away, but we still have a one-size-fits-all because that's what our system creates, lesson by lesson, scheme by scheme, and we shoehorn these kids through. Okay, that sort of stage rather than age, or age rather than stage, that sort of stuff. What flipped mastery could potentially do is once you've got all your videos, after year one, let's say, once you've got all your videos, if you are brave enough to completely take the reins off, and it does take a brave person to do this, but if at the start of the year you said, okay, all of you 60 here, here's all the content I'm giving you, every topic has a standard you've got to meet before you move to the next topic. Almost like a sort of crawl before you can walk, before you can run. Once you demonstrate to me via whatever assessment method you choose, or take away homework is quite an interesting moment, whether it's a newspaper report, whether it's a written piece, whether it's a presentation, once you demonstrate and I'm happy and I sign you off, you can move to the next topic. So what you then get is you get your gifted and talented kids absolutely flying through it. And you get some other kids, the ones who are starting to struggle, need to take a bit more time in it, that's fine. Why should we move that class forward as a oner when 10 kids or 5 kids haven't really mastered it? Or there's 10 kids in there that have really got it, but you're holding them back a little bit because you haven't done that extra lesson. With the flipped mastery model, you literally set them off at day one and let them go. And all you do in the classroom is actually facilitate and talk and speak to and answer all those misconceptions and guide and address that base. And it's a scary thought to literally come into your class and not know what's going to happen because everyone's at different points. But isn't that really true differentiation? That actually everyone is different at stages. And then when you get your gifted and talented kids who finish the whole GCSE by April or by February, well let's get them on something extra. Let's get them on something different. Let's get them on AOAS. Let's move them forward to something slightly different, or put them on something else, or have them helping other people. Or there's loads of ways. Why should we shoehorn everyone in a one-size-fits-all? We'll all get there at the same time. We don't as humans. So there is a lot of opportunities to move this forward. But you need to have all your stuff ready. Because if you haven't got all your videos ready for the whole year, or all your content ready, what you're going to get is your 10 gifted and talented kids are going to literally go, right, what's next? And you'll be like, I haven't even got there yet. I haven't planned it yet. That's where it all falls down. You have to have your whole year ready to go, and then you set them free. And maybe, just maybe, we might get there at some point to that sort of model. Alright, if you want to get in touch with me at all, I'm happy to stay for any questions now. You can email me, tweet me. I've got a Facebook teaching learning page. My blog at the bottom, edutate.com. I have written 2 or 3 posts on flip learning, and if you go onto my blog and click my education blog tab, you'll see that I've written about flip learning, and it shows those that effect size and those the data we talked about. There's a link on there to my YouTube channel as well, not there but on my blog, which has got some of the videos. But all I would say is, find a class that's going to work for, give it a go with one class, don't try and do it with all of your classes, give it a go with one class, and actually, be in charge of your own research. Have some data to start with to say, where is this class at the moment? If you don't, you're not really going to know the impact. I think that's important as teachers. When we research things, we have some impact to then say, it has worked because, rather than it's worked because, oh yeah, I kind of liked it, kids liked it, I think. Have something statistical to say, here you go, which is what I've been able to do to you today. Has anyone got any questions before we move on? Or if we go to the next session? No?
Would you applicate this eventually, ideally, with any and every class that you come across? Or would you say there's some that they may not see before?
I think that comes out of the individual teacher in the individual school. If we had a model where every class, every student, every lesson was doing flip learning in a school, would it work? Maybe, maybe not. Would the students want to watch 35, 40 odd videos per week and then write notes? I don't know. But certainly I think it works for certain areas, engaging, and certain lessons might or certain block might not work like that. for instance, there may be some more practical elements of the class where actually it doesn't really work. But once you've embedded it and the kids know that this is happening, you can dip in and out of it whenever you want, because they understand it. And it's that whole thing of routines where once you've got them, they know what they're doing. It's very easy to do that. And say, right, it's flippant, here's a video tonight, watch it. And once they've done it before, then they know what they're doing. I think that's the case as well. I suppose we'll see how that goes.
It seems massive, powerful, the classes we can get to early.
Yeah, but I think it's all about the energy. It's like anything. If you're enthusiastic and you buy it, and one thing I forgot to mention that really was a massive tool. I spoke to the class at the start and said, we're going to try this. And I was open and honest and said, I'm learning, I'm a learner. I've learned this, I've seen it, I think it's great. I think it's going to be great with you. But we're going to try this together, and I'm going to blog about it, and we're going to see if it works, and I want your feedback. So it wasn't like I'm just doing this to you. I really involved them with it. So they knew they were the kind of my guinea pigs, but they kind of thought I was quite cool. And then when they got the results, I shared we looked at the whole results, we took the names off, and I shared the blog with them afterwards and showed that it had been viewed all over the world, and they were like, wow, this is great. And I asked them for their feedback all the way along, and I said, don't just tell me what you think I want to hear. If you think it's crap, tell me. And they sort of said, like I said straight away, they're like, oh, the video was too long, sir, 18 minutes, it was way too long. Well, okay, thank you. And do you like me on the bottom? Oh yeah, we'd like to see you, And again, I involved them, and it was a process of we're learning rather than I'm the expert all the time. They really appreciate that, and that was a really powerful thing to do. So if you are going to do a research project, bring the kids with you, do it as a class, and have that sort of real ethos of we're in this together, and we're going to learn, and we're all moving forward. And sure, you are a learner as well, and be a role model as a learner, rather than just an expert. Any other questions? Yeah.
I just wonder, have you got any of your feeder primary schools involved yet, or is that maybe like the next step?
Not yet, and I think there's been a lot of primary schools looking at it, but I think it comes down to they're quite scared about that technology and sort of kids having phones and internet use and stuff. And I think I don't see, it's obviously not, it doesn't work with reception, but I think year 5, I mean, I've got a son who's 10, who's got an iPad, knows exactly what he's doing, he's on the internet, he knows all that stuff. He could do this and he'd love it. So I think year maybe even 4, 5, 6 definitely. 5 and 6 definitely, 4 maybe. But yeah, I certainly think it would work.
I think in the last 45 minutes, I'm not sure there's other primary colleagues in the room, but I ended the room with scepticism as to how this would or could sort of work on a primary level, but I'm certainly leaving it with enthusiasm as to where it can go, and even if it's just dipping in the odd lesson here and there, sort of with year 5 and year 6, I think it's got massive potential. You'll probably have to supply the devices at the primary level, but you can't do that.
Yeah. So. If anyone's got any other questions, I'll stay, but I don't feel like getting warm. And please feel free, if you try it, let me know. I'll be really